Imagine being paralyzed and told you'd never walk again, and then a stranger hands you a mysterious drink with a haunting smile and says, "Drink this, and you will walk." Sounds like a scam, right? That's exactly what the arrogant millionaire thought until the moment he swallowed it and something impossible started to happen. What followed left doctors speechless, the internet in flames, and his enemies scrambling. This is the kind of story you'll never forget. So before you go further, smash that subscribe button to never miss stories that leave you stunned, inspired, and questioning everything you thought the chair, the curse, and the challenge. Damon Wallace was a man of power, money, and pride. CEO of Wallace Tech, a sprawling tech empire known for cutting-edge innovations and ruthless business practices. From his penthouse overlooking Manhattan, he controlled boardrooms with a glare and devoured competitors without mercy. But for all his dominance, Damon had one devastating weakness. He was paralyzed from the waist down, the result of a brutal car crash 5 years earlier during a high-speed race in Monaco. Doctors said it was irreversible spinal trauma. Damon spent millions chasing every cure, from stem cells in Germany to rare herbal treatments in Tibet. Nothing worked. He began to believe life in the wheelchair was permanent until the day a mysterious girl named Amara walked into his life. She didn't look like a scientist or doctor, just a 22-year-old with braided hair, dark skin, a confident stare, and a reputation as a street herbalist from New Orleans. Damon laughed when his therapist mentioned her, but desperation makes even the proudest man curious. And so, Amara was invited to Damon's private residence, not in the sterile clinical sense, but as if she were a last-ditch experiment. "Drink this," she said, placing a vial of thick red liquid on his mahogany table. "And you will walk." Damon scoffed. "You want me to drink blood?" he spat. "What is this, witchcraft?" She smiled. "You want science to fix you. But science failed. This is older." Damon accused her of poisoning him, but she dared him. "Prove me wrong." In a room full of executives and cameras, he gulped it down, expecting to drop dead. Instead, he passed out cold. The awakening and the panicky woke up 20 hours later, drenched in sweat, muscles aching like fire had been poured through his veins. A nurse screamed as he twitched. His legs, long dead, jerked under the blanket. A doctor stormed in, thinking it was a seizure. But Amara stood calmly in the corner, arms folded, watching. "Your nerves are rebooting," she said. "Give it a day." Damon didn't believe it. Until he stood. Actually stood. No support. No brace. He screamed. Then laughed. Then cried. It was real. He walked to the window and collapsed. The internet went berserk when he live-streamed his first steps. Headlines read, "Tech King walks again. Mystery Girl cures the incurable." Damon credited science, but Amara disappeared before the press could question her. She had left behind only a note. "Be careful what you ask to be restored. The price is never paid in cash." At first, Damon felt invincible. He danced at a gala. He jogged through Central Park. He returned to the very racetrack that paralyzed him and promised to conquer it again. But something was off. The strength in his legs was growing. Not human strong, inhumanly strong. He shattered a dumbbell just by gripping it. His bones healed too fast. Wounds closed in seconds. Doctors were baffled. Then came the dreams, visions, of fire, of a jungle, of a shadowed beast watching him from within his own body. Something else had awakened. The cost of miracles. 3 months after his miracle, Damon's empire was in chaos. Employees started resigning after strange encounters. A janitor claimed he saw Damon crawling on the ceiling one night. A secretary heard growling from his office. Damon was losing control of his body and mind. He hunted down Amara, furious. He finally found her deep in the Louisiana swamps, in a crumbling wooden hut surrounded by glowing herbs and burning symbols. "What did you do to me?" he demanded, pushing her against a wall. You said I would walk. And you do, she said calmly, but you didn't ask what else came back with your legs. She revealed the truth. Her potion didn't just restore neurons. It awakened a dormant energy deep in his bloodline, an ancient spirit of movement and war, buried by his ancestors when they feared its power. She had released it to heal him, but now it wanted to live again. Damon refused to believe it, until his reflection began moving without him, until he found claw marks on his bedroom walls, until he blacked out during a board meeting and woke up in the Everglades covered in blood. A new entity had taken residence inside him, and it didn't like being caged. Damon threatened to kill Amara if she didn't fix it, but she warned, "There's no going back. Only a choice: merge or perish." The war within and the rise. Beyond, Damon retreated from the world. His mansion was turned into a fortress. Only Amara stayed by his side, trying ancient rituals to help him balance the power. Inside his mind, a war raged between the man he was and the force he'd become. The beast, once sealed by blood rites long forgotten, was now awake. Damon was transforming. His eyes glowed in the dark, his heart beat with thunder, and his will could bend metal. But with every gift came torment. He'd scream in the night, tear walls apart, lash out at anyone who tried to help. Finally, in a final act of surrender, Damon walked into the storm, literally. New York was hit by the worst thunderstorm in decades. He climbed the highest skyscraper and faced the lightning, roaring, "Take me or let me rule." The skies answered. A bolt struck him, burning everything. For 30 minutes, his body was declared dead. But when emergency crews arrived, Damon walked out of the ashes, changed, not monstrous, not human, but balanced, merged. He had made peace with the entity inside. He returned to Wallace Tech, but not as a CEO. He dismantled the company, built healing centers instead, offered Amara a seat at the helm. "I walked again," he said at a press conference, "not because of money or science, but because I faced my greatest enemy, me." The crowd roared. The story went viral, and the world never forgot the man who drank the unthinkable and rose as something greater. So remember, the next time someone tells you, "Drink this and you will walk," don't laugh too quickly. Miracles come with shadows. But sometimes, the impossible is just one brave sip away.